United go for Bruno, Barca season may be derailed, Aguero hits legendary status, we've got a transfer roundup and today's Emoji Mondays all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host Matt Fodek, you are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. So first up, Bruno Fernandes. Yes, the man that was spoken about all summer because it looked like he was going to be leaving Sporting Lisbon. He didn't, and now the transfer window's back open, Manchester United are interested again. Now there have been conflicting reports over the weekend, some saying that Lisbon don't want to let him go, some saying that he doesn't actually fancy a move just yet, some that he's saying that he does fancy a move but he only wants to go to Tottenham instead of Manchester United. So many rumours, but it looks as though a breakthrough has been made this morning. Manchester United are willing to up their bid to around £65 million. Fernandes has told the club that he definitely wants to leave for this transfer to the Premier League, and it looks like all systems are go. That means Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to finally get his man, and Manchester United are going to have an incredible asset in that number 10 position. We've spoken about it in the last few weeks, how they've been linked with the likes of Maddison, Grealish, a whole host of players who are going to be able to sit in that role a bit further forward from the midfield and provide the attack not only with incredible assists, but also to chip in with a few goals himself. That is exactly what Fernandes has been doing at Sporting, and I see no reason why the midfielder won't be doing it at Old Trafford as well. Of course, you're going to have to keep an eye on this one because by the time this video comes out, the deal might be done. Seems a bit unlikely, seeing as we're recording this in the morning, or there may be further developments in the case. Who knows? You may see him ending up in North London after all. Of course, United fans, let us know what you think of this one and how well he will fit in behind the likes of Rashford, Martial, Dan James, and the rest of them. Also, what does it mean for Jesse Lingard? But moving on from the transfer news and very quickly to Barcelona, where there's a bit of an upheaval going on, and I'm not quite sure what it means for the rest of Barcelona's season. So in the last week, they lost to Atletico Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup. This put some pressure on Ernesto Valverde. In the last few days, well, apparently they've spoken to Ronald Koeman and to Xavi about taking over the job. Both of them rejected the offer. Now, this must say something about the current status of Barcelona's squad, of the dressing room, and maybe, even just maybe, of everyone in the boardroom. We know that the presidential elections are coming up in 18 months' time, and it seems that once those are done, maybe it'll be a new-look Barcelona the likes of Xavi and Koeman will actually want to go to. They're legends at the club. They love the club. There's no doubt in my mind that both of them would, at some stage, love to coach Barcelona. So why now isn't the right time? I haven't really got a clue. What it does look like, though, is that Ernesto Valverde has had his last game coaching Luis Suarez. That's because the Uruguayan striker has hurt his knee, had surgery, and looks like he'll be out for 4 to 5 months. This completely derails some of their attempts at success further in the season. I'm not saying because he's absolutely crucial, they haven't got anyone else, but he's a pretty big deal at Barcelona, and certainly when it comes to finding the back of the net. Of course, Lionel Messi is still there, so anything is possible, but even he hasn't been looking himself in the last few weeks, and Barcelona definitely don't need a big player to go injured at this part of the season. As for the future manager, well, if Koeman and Xavi don't want to come, then there are rumours that Pochettino is going to be approached with the offer of taking over. Now, as we mentioned before, Pochettino is a very loyal manager and said he wouldn't go to Barcelona because of the link with Espanyol, but for me, there is one reason why he actually would go. Well, two. First off, he's out of a job, and to get back into a job, one of the biggest clubs in Europe, well, that's a pretty big draw. And secondly, as harsh as it sounds, Espanyol just aren't a rival to Barcelona. They aren't even a rival to the rest of La Liga. Chances are they may end up going down this season, and they're not really a direct rival where it's ever going to be held against Pochettino. He spoke about never going to Arsenal because they're rivals of Spurs. Correct. Both of them are vying for a spot in the top 4. Both of them are a similar sized club at the moment. Historically, probably not. Arsenal are much bigger. But that's not the point. He's not going to a direct rival with Barcelona. Espanyol, I'm sorry to say, are just way down there. But moving on now back to the Premier League, where Sergio Aguero has made himself a legend. As if he wasn't already a legend at Manchester City. He's a legend of the Premier League. He is a record-breaking superstar because he is now the highest scoring overseas player in Premier League history. His hat-trick in the 6-1 thrashing of Aston Villa means he now has 177 goals in 255 Premier League games. That's 2 more goals in 3 less games than Thierry Henry managed. And Thierry Henry is one of the best strikers to ever play in the Premier League. Aguero now also has the most amount of hat-tricks in Premier League history. And, well, you could argue he's been the best signing ever. His finishing was yet again unstoppable, and even though he's in his early 30s, he shows no sign of slowing down for Pep Guardiola's men. What this does mean is that Manchester City are now in second, and still, Absolutely nowhere near Liverpool. They managed to see out a tight 1-0 victory against Spurs despite a late flourish from the home side, meaning that Jose Mourinho has now lost 4 of his first 10 games as Tottenham Premier League manager. This is as many as he lost in his first 74 matches when he joined Chelsea almost 15 years ago. But talking of Chelsea, they're first in our transfer roundup, as apparently they've inquired to Brighton about the availability of Lewis Dunk, whom the Seagulls rate at around £50 million. Asmir Begovic has been chosen to replace Pepe Reina at AC Milan as the Spaniard heads toward a loan move to Aston Villa. God knows they definitely need a keeper after that embarrassing defeat yesterday. Spurs are close to letting Christian Eriksen go to Inter Milan for around £70 million on a 4-year contract, whilst bringing in his replacement, Getty Fernandes from Benfica. So next we come to Friday Feels. This is where we look back at your predictions in Friday's Daily News comment section for all of the weekend's football. Victor Babarinde first off guessed that Ciro Immobile would score against Napoli. He did for Lazio, and that means he now has 20 goals already in the Serie A campaign. Bedri UK correctly guessed that Chelsea would see off Burnley 3-0, and Neha Kanchandani guessed that Juventus would just sneak away from Rome with a 2-1 victory over Roma. They did so courtesy of a Cristiano Ronaldo penalty. So lastly but not least, we come to Emoji Mondays. This is where we throw down some emojis over the weekend's football. First up, we have the best player. That is going to Sergio Aguero. To be honest, most of the Manchester City attackers could have gone up for this award, but with his hat-trick and all the records he broke, I think Aguero definitely deserves to be player of the weekend. The crazy moment of the weekend goes to Fede Valverde of Real Madrid. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Real Madrid won yet another title under Zinedine Zidane with the Spanish Super Cup. 5 minutes to go, Alvaro Morata runs through for Atletico and could potentially win the game until Valverde chops him down. He gets a red card, the game goes to penalty. Sergio Ramos, the arch nemesis of Atletico, puts in the winning penalty, and Zidane has yet another trophy for Los Blancos. And on top of that crazy moment, we have the best result of the weekend, and that goes to Southampton's victory at Leicester. After losing 9-0 in the reverse fixture, it's true that Southampton were probably out for a bit of revenge, and it was oh so sweet as Danny Ings managed to get them all 3 points at the King Power Stadium. So there you have it, that's all from me for today. Make sure you let me know your thoughts on Emoji Mondays and the rest of today's daily news in the comment section below. Whilst there, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, have a great week and I'll see you guys later.